Hi guys, welcome to ParaWomenradio. I'm Amy. So welcome back to Weird Watts Island, my loves. The Watts case is heating back up, and we are here to bring you all the latest updates. Roze, ParaWomenradio, me, are collaborating once again, babies, and expects us to offer all our perspective as Team Gen X snark. So Nichol Kessinger has been spotted, I think you all know that, at a funeral, no less. The Watts house has a new address, and a strange man from Finland showing up at the Ruchecks with a knife. There is so much to discuss. Thank you, Mercury retrograde, for bringing us all the old back into the light. I'm going to roll some credits while we wait for the rest of the Weird Watts Island crew to boat on. A big shout out to our replay crew. Who else is excited, super excited to be back on Watts Island?
Carefully strumming his old guitar again. Words rolling out into our fire. If heaven had wings, I would steal them and fly away with you for a while. Hearing the essence of gratitude, your dreamy little smile on my lips. I miss my cue, but baby, I had you. Miss my cue, but I had you for that day.
Well, here in the essence of gratitude, I get to be here with one of my favorite people in the world, Miss Roze. Hi, Rose.
Hi, you're so sweet. You're one of my favorite people too. I love your hair. It looks so good.
Thank you.
It's so long.
I know. I decided I was covering the Gypsy Rose case, and she, when she cut her hair and she said she gave it to Locks for Love, but there was no possible way she gave it to Locks for Love because she cut it too short. And I was like bitching and moaning about it. And I'm like, who am I to complain about it? I've never done it. And so I was like, well, we're going to do it. So I'm going to help.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just going to say, I used to do hair, and Locks for Love actually charges the kids for the wigs in the end.
Oh, well, so I'm going to find a place. Oops, sorry, I interrupted you. I'm going to find a different place. It doesn't have to be Locks for Love. It's just going to be one of those places that does it.
Yeah. So, and Wigs for Kids is really good, too. That's a really good one. Yeah. It's called Wigs for Kids.
Wigs for Kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really good one.
Kids want a silver, gray wig?
Well, it has to be 100% virgin hair, and you have to give them at least it's a good amount you have to end up giving them. But I'll keep them here.
But you know how it's got all this white and silver. I just don't know if kids would want the white and silver.
Is that natural?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I was like, she got her hair dyed.
It is.
Oh no.
I cut all the red out, and so now it's white, silver, and blonde. But the blonde looks like black because of the silver, white, and silver. Kelly, I wanted to say that you can email me at parawomenradio@gmail.com, and don't forget that the women is plural, so WOMEN. PARAWOMEN radio@gmail.com. So your hair looks good. Did you get it cut or something though?
No, I'm just messing with it because I hardly ever put it down because I got extensions that I put in myself. Never do this. And I glued it in, and some of the glue is still there. So it's a little where it sticks together sometimes. I've been trying to get it out, but yeah, thank you. This is just hiding the back.
Really good. I haven't seen you on camera in a while, so.
I haven't been on camera in a really long time. I'm kind of nervous. Everybody be really nice. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe.
Don't be nervous. It's our Watts Island crew. It's the girls from
That's true.
Michigan.
If
It's
it
the
wasn't me.
girls from Florida. It's the girls from around the world that love us.
Aw, well, you guys are the best. Thank you for being here.
Yes, Kelly, you can. And here, let me put my. I'll type it in for you. I gotta let the little bird in, and so we do. I don't think I had the bird in the last live that we did together, but I've got a little bird, and
I heard it on the trial. You were streaming it, and all of a sudden, he was just listening, and all of a sudden, I was like, "Is there a bird in the courtroom?" Like I was like, and then I realized it's your bird. Yeah, I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
And he's a talker. He's a talker, and so I wanted a bird that talks, and boy, does he talk. He can string like 4 words together. He can do sentences.
That's really smart.
I know. Luckily, I don't say anything horrible so that he's not picked up anything. I haven't gotten he hasn't picked up any of the swear words yet. But
just walk. He knows walk.
I don't just walk around saying Watts. So he says things like, he does say weird things. Like I used to do this, the baby ate your dingo, which I wish I had not done that, because he does a version of that. The baby ate his dingo, but only.
I still say that.
Yeah, you say that. You talk about the baby Jessica on the well, and you talk about the dingo that ate the baby. I'm sorry.
It's so sad, but it's just become like it was on Seinfeld, and you know what I mean. Like it
is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kelly says, I'm going to send those to you now. Okay, I'll look for them. There are black rubber boots and white tennis shoes. Okay. So let me pull up my Gmail and I will look for it. Well, actually, let me go into the ParaWomen Gmail. So, okay, here we go. All right, so guys, we're coming to you today on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So hi, everyone. Be sure to... Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Yes. So hi, everyone. And we're also over on Roze's channel over on YouTube. So hi, everyone at Roze's channel. So if you could just dance your fingers up and put some little DNA on the hearts and thumbs up button, helps us dance out into the algorithm party out there, bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help us out. Today, we're going to talk to you about all the updates on the Watts Island. So what do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about, because we've got the new address change over at the Watts house. We've got NK at a funeral, and we've got Sandi Ruchak being attacked from a man from Finland. So,
it's all good. I did want to mention, and this isn't in the schedule thing, but do you know if it's true if they moved Chris Watts to a medium security prison? Have you heard that?
There's been a lot of whispers and rumbling. He was not on the roster for a while. I haven't checked to see if he's there, and so they thought he was moved. And then it was reported that he was attacked during that move. So nobody really knows. I mean, I'm sure there are some people that know, and they're just not sharing it. They're friends of the family, or just keeping it under wraps. But yeah. I see Cowboy RC is in here. Cowboy, have you heard anything about him being moved?
It's supposed to be Illinois.
In Illinois?
Yeah, supposed to be. Like, I looked right before this. They mentioned the prison that they said it was. And I'm like, I was looking at houses in Illinois yesterday, because we're still planning on moving and everything, but we're not exactly sure in what little area that we're going to go. So I was looking at houses in Illinois, and then I'm like, oh God, he's not in Illinois, is he? That would just be too weird, That
would be weird.
Sorry, go ahead. Let's start with whatever. Honestly,
curious. You said you were, before you came on live, you were seeing it on someone else's channel?
Mm-hmm. It was Well, I was looking through, what did I look up? Chris Watts Prison 2025 or something. And I was scrolling through, and I don't know the girl's name, but I was just kind of going through the shorts. And she had a really good one. I took some screenshots from it, which I can share it with you later, and you can update the stream on what it is. But I do have screenshots of it. I just don't know
Okay.
right now.
I'm just doing a quick Google. I don't see anything right now, but I really haven't done one of those searches lately to see what Chris is up to in prison. We put
It
out a
was a
few.
YouTube search, actually. I'm sorry.
Oh, because I went into a Google. Okay, I put out a few of the Watts Rewind videos that I did one that you and I had did, and then I did a interview that I had done with Cowboy RC. I did one where I interviewed Jeff and a few other, and I've got a few new interviews that I'm trying to line up for you guys. So I
You get
am.
the best interviews. If you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe, because she gets a lot of really good interviews and has a lot of good collabs.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, the Cowboy RC one just blew up. I've gotten a lot of views. It was like I was getting a high rate on it. It's like I made the most off of that video that I've ever made. So you guys really liked that video. So it tells me that you want more interviews. So,
I do.
is it Secret in the Dark? Is it this one? Hold on. Let me get my screen together. Let's get the screen up. Is it this one? Chris Watts' life in 2025, shocking new details from behind bars.
No, this was a. Or are you talking about the other person's? Sorry.
Yeah, you were saying where I was just trying to see where they were saying he was in. Did you say Indiana or Illinois? I don't remember which. I get those two states mixed up.
So do I.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. Now I don't know. It's now
sorry, I mixed you up. I'm sorry.
My mind is fried. No, it might be under there because I remember seeing her or that girl with the teal shirt. I think it's below that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, well, we'll just look for it another time because we've got enough that we're going to show you tonight or today.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it in the evening. Okay, so let me get this together. Let's go right into the main event. Let's talk about Nichol Kessinger because we only have an hour. So if we don't have enough time, I at least want to talk about Kessinger. So what do you think about Nichol Kessinger being spotted at a funeral?
I'm shocked.
Or do you think it's Nichol Kessinger?
Do I what? Say that one more time.
Do you think it's Nicole?
I do. Yeah, 100% do. Only because of the connections with her friend. It's supposed to be her. I don't want to say names just because I don't want to dox her because it was her mom's funeral. But she was in the Watts case and she came and visited Nicole for the weekend. And that was all in the Watts case stuff. And so anyways, she is the daughter of the mom who had passed away. And also, I was looking this up about, how everybody thought that maybe she was in witness protection. Mm-hmm. I looked really into it. And in witness protection, you're not allowed to go to any loved one's funerals. There are tiny exceptions that can be made for special things, but it has to be your immediate family or somebody you're extremely close to. So that's what my theory is, that she was never in witness protection. She was just in a community where she was literally protected by friends, family, I think she's rural.
Yeah, I don't think she's in witness protection, but that's a good point there, that if she is. And I mean, I feel like, because we are going to take a quick look at, because the friend that I wanted to mention, the friend that came to visit during the case was supposedly supposed to be Danielle. We won't say any last names, but Danielle. But there's been speculation, was Danielle Daniel?
Oh.
Is it, like,
Yeah,
it's
because
Daniel,
I think I did hear that somewhere but I think, yeah, they had thought a guy had stayed with her, but it was really, I think it was the girl. Um, it's hard because there's so many like little pieces of the story, and you know what I mean? It's hard to fit everything
yeah,
together, but I'm really excited that she had this sighting. Um, I wish they would have taken it out of the church, some pictures, but I
yeah.
do think if you go to this church's website, this is all public, I guess. These videos aren't taken by like somebody with their cell phone. They're
What's
taken with
what's the name of the church? Or send me
I
the name
could
of the church. Send it to me.
okay,
Text it to me. So this
okay.
is all on the church website. Interesting. Yeah,
Yep.
because I've heard people complaining about certain creators showing not just clips. Okay, so let's take a look at it, and then we'll talk about what I've talked. I'll tell you what we'll go into what I want to talk about.
Well, I never expected we'd be seeing Nichol Kessinger, the mistress of Chris Watts, on video in 2025. So apparently some super sleuth really found her. Now, I've been ignoring over the years all these Nichol Kessinger sightings. She was seen here, she was seen there. And you see the photos and you look at them and you're like, I don't know if that's really her. This one I really believe is her due to the circumstances, due to the research I've done. But I'm not going to dox her. I'm not going to dox Nichol Kessinger. She looks different, but if you study her features, it really looks like her. Plus the circumstances.
What does she mean she's not going to dox her?
Well, there are several YouTube creators who have her address and know exactly where she is. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody is telling the truth on that they know, but if you are a super sleuth, and maybe some of the people on the podcast watching right now, or the live, that are watching now can look it up. But through some sort of records or something, people are finding where she lives. And I don't know if I don't want to give any tips, but I mean, a lot of things are public and I think that's how they found something.
Well, I had heard that, okay, so there is this channel, the House Huddle. She has a car ride conversation, and she talks about how she has known where Nichol Kessinger was for a while, and they had decided not to put it out there, or they had known about this video of Kessinger at this funeral for a while, and they had put it up in a private group on a Facebook page, and they had all agreed not to share it publicly, which I kind of have like a little of a like, you put it up in a private public page, it's still up publicly.
It's
And maybe,
gatekeeping, I think.
yeah, it's gatekeeping, and maybe keeping it behind a paywall, and then somebody, a creator that has been removed from YouTube, decided to somehow got their hands on it and put it up on the internet, and they are complaining about this person. But which, in my opinion, I don't begrudge them for doing it, because you shouldn't have put it up on the internet at all if you didn't want it shared. Like, nobody should have seen it. If you know, I don't know. You shouldn't have. I have a problem putting it behind a group, because groups are just that.
Yeah, and you're somebody who brings everybody up. You're not a gatekeeper at all. So that's not at all something you would do. You always help other creators, and you know what I mean? And there is a certain creator, and I think everyone's going to know who it is also no longer on YouTube, who, even though some of this information is like readily available, they're like, that's mine. I had it first. Or like, if somebody clips your videos because it's more convenient and they don't want to go to the original source, or, they take a picture here and there, That's like that's not a big deal. Like that's independent, like journalism in some form. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're just doing finding out information, and you know what I mean? Like I think gatekeeping is the worst, and I think people saying this is mine and I had the story first when it's public, and you know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Yeah, I don't really care who got the story first. I have resentment towards the people who were sharing the story with partial people, like people they chose to share it with, like, and not others. And I just don't think, I mean, that's not a way to do a story, is it? I don't know. What do you guys
No.
think? How do you guys think about it being up on a platform, but you have to be a part of that platform? And you're not allowed to share it, but somebody obviously shared it, or I don't know, got wind of it. So, um, okay, Chris Watts was moved to Graham Correctional Center in Hillsboro, Illinois. Where do we get that information though to verify it? That's what we're asking, I guess. But that's good information that it's at the Graham Correctional Center. So that gives me something to go on. Jen bought me a subscription to a channel that has a lot of research, but it's behind a paywall, and I couldn't afford it, but I can't find it. She bought it for me, a 3-month subscription, and I've emailed, or I TikTok messaged her because I can't find it. But as soon as I get that information, I might be able to go onto another platform and do more Watts research and maybe find stuff that we didn't know about. But then what are the logistics on that when you go behind somebody's paywall? And can you share their information? I don't know what the ins and outs on that are.
No. But well, you have to think about what they have and what they are sharing. Is it public information? Are they like, is there anybody that's put it out? Or it's not like it's information about them that they're like, I don't know. I don't understand why they're holding it. Like what purpose is like, I know and only I can know about this, or you know what I mean? It just seems silly.
Yeah, maybe it's just to get more people. I don't know.
Exclusivity.
I don't know. Catherine B says, I don't care about where she is as much as I have questions of the PD that questioned or lack of questioning of her, but most especially why her father was allowed to be with an adult child. Yeah. A lot of questions about that interrogation and why she was like treated as a more of a witness than a suspect ever. Was she ever treated as a suspect?
I don't think so. I think they probably figured out like where she was at the time, or she had some sort of a alibi where possibly, you know, somebody could have lied, or you know what I mean? Like people decide in law enforcement sometimes within the first 48 hours, 24 hours of what happened and exactly what they're going to go through, who's going to be the main witnesses, all that stuff. So I think they thought early on she's not a suspect, and they're going with it.
Yeah. Well, they probably just wanted Chris, so they were willing to do whatever they could.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Get them on, or her on their side.
Let's go back over to NK and watch the rest of this. Analyze it a little bit.
She's at a funeral, the funeral of one of her friends' moms. Now, I'm not going to I'm not going to say the state. I mean, she might not even live in this state where the funeral was held. Out west, that's all I will say. Because, you know, I know some people are out there and they're really still angry with Nichol Kessinger. First of all, I've got to give thanks to Seeking the Truth with Dave. That's where I saw.
No, I'm getting feedback somewhere.
It could be my phone feedback.
Yeah.
Let me turn. I'm going to turn on the volume.
Okay, when I play the video, I'm hearing it.
Oh, I'll just mute it when you're playing the video then.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, let's see if that works.
Okay.
this video. And then, of course, I had to dig and find the funeral home, find the original video. I watched the entire funeral. I wanted to see the sightings of Nicole, the way she walked and everything. And of course, she rushes in eerily right before the casket is brought in. And of course, I'm doing slow-mo. I'm zooming in. I'm studying and everything. One thing I did notice, she was not wearing a wedding ring. I'm looking at every detail.
Isn't it interesting how she's walking? She's like walking like she's pregnant or she's gained weight. She's like waddling. Did you notice she waddles? Oops, I think you gotta put your volume back up now.
Right. I think she's like always had the kind of that manly stride though. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying like bad way, but
I've never seen her walk. I've only seen her go down the sand hill, I guess. What videos have we seen of her walking?
You know, it's not confirmed actually that it's her walking, but you know at the house how they like put her next to like the person walking or whatever and they see if it's her. I think it kind of looks like that, how that side by her. Do you know what I'm talking about? How they say she's walking from the garage, it's Chris, but then they say it's her, how she's walking. I think that kind of looks like her, how she's walking here. But there's
You're right. I know, like the lumbering walk that was whoever that was walking back and forth in the garage to the car. That lumbering walk. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've only ever seen this video, you know, when she's going down the hill. I've never seen
I think you're right. I don't think I've ever seen like something of her walking or,
I found this thing over this Nichol Kessinger video, audio photos from her phone app. And so even in here, I don't really see any videos of her walking.
Well, and it just looks like how she would walk too. And she's hauling ass to get to her seat so nobody sees her. I think she thought that nobody was going to catch that it was her. And I don't think she knew that it was being recorded for the funeral home, by the funeral home.
You don't think she did? Because at one point she kind of looks into the camera.
Well, I mean, before she came.
Showed up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think she just thought she could show up last minute, pop back out. Nobody would know, but she was still there for her girlfriend or do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I think she's probably reasonably local to where this funeral was held.
Oh. So, okay.
I mean, I have no way to, this is just my like theories, but if she's either in Colorado or anywhere north of there where some, you know, in that region of where the funeral was held or whatever, I think she's like probably within like driving distance or, you know, there's been so many rumors that she's been around here for a while.
Yeah, I've heard that she like actually hasn't left. She's just living very rural and out in the country more.
Yep, she's a geologist, so she's probably working on site. Very little, what do they call it? Like camper. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently Jan L is the person that's being credited for the video. So.
Yeah, I credit her, I think, on my first short about it, just to be, you know, considerate and everything. But I try not to credit the or mention the YouTuber's name because, I mean, there's certain people that you don't want to promote. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not that. You don't even want to just say their name for fear of
Voldemort. I said it.
Voldemort, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, okay, so let's keep going and let's talk about, I see people in the chat talking about, they don't know what I'm talking about, stranger arrested at Shanann Watts' family home. So with Sandi saying that a man from Finland came to their home with a sharp object twice. So I saw this over on Plunder a day ago. She was talking about the armchair detective, and he was saying that people are really upset with him. He got a brick thrown through his window. He's in England, right?
Yes, and he lost the case to the Frankie or the Rucheks that they were.
Yeah,
I mean, I think there it goes on to like a higher court and stuff, but I definitely think he lost that case. And I saw a clip, I think it's in this video, tell me if I'm wrong, where he was completely apologizing and taking back that, and he saw that what he was doing to the family. And I just feel like that's a lawyer told you to say that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, because at the end he said he was going to start being a advocate for families instead of, hold on a second, I've got to go let the little bird in. Absolutely screaming now. He's had it.
Mama!
Come on,
All right, guys. I'm left alone. Yeah, no, I saw about this. I forget what was his name. What is this guy's name?
The armchair detective. His name is Vinny something. Vinny Combs.
Oh, okay.
But let's take a quick look at this.
Thrown through a brick thrown through a YouTuber's window. A stranger arrested for arriving at the home of Shanann Watts' parents with a knife, gloves, and a Bible. A big, groundbreaking new lawsuit against a so-called evil true crime YouTuber. This is the story of Shanann Watts' family versus the evil YouTuber. A big 2025 lawsuit win, a brick thrown through a YouTuber's window, and the recent arrest of a man who showed up at the parents' home of Shanann Watts. It's been nearly 8 years since this.
So I wanted to stop it and go back into chat. I wanted to see who came in, and they said they weren't sure what I was talking about. Darlene said, I don't think Sandi got attacked, but the guy did go to our house twice, I think. And the second time he was arrested. So.
Shocking Watts family tragedy in Colorado. But Shanann's mother spoke to the Daily Mail on Sunday, March 30th, 2025.
Oops, I forgot. I had you muted because I'm getting a lot of feedback from you.
Yeah, totally go ahead.
Okay, so if I'm not replying to you, it means that I had you muted and I forgot. So
okay, definitely. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Revealing stories involving the family's fight against a true crime YouTuber, plus the fight they've endured with a scary stranger showing up at their home. The Daily Mail, the Times, and the YouTuber himself have all posted fascinating updates, detailing recent happenings in the wake of family annihilator Chris Watts committing the crime of the century against his own family. The crime that launched 1,000 podcasts when Shanann Watts, who was 15 weeks pregnant.
I'm going to take it forward to the actual story. We all know the Chris Watts story. And if you don't know it, I have a playlist and you can go in and we've got tons of things out there for you. So this is the YouTuber that Frankie Ruchek, Shanann's brother, he did not like Frankie and he went all after him. I think it's interesting. Don't you think it's interesting that it's the armchair detective that they chose to go after out of all the people that were really harassing them at that point? Don't you wonder why it's him that they went after?
Well, I do in a way, but in another way, I think he was the one who went after them more personally. I think he had said things about Frankie's past that were inappropriate, he had said that, like he was taking advantage of the money situation, and he implied that, maybe they weren't totally innocent in this whole thing. And it's just like a bunch of crap where he went above and beyond a lot of other YouTubers in saying pretty bad things. You know what I mean?
Was he the only one saying that about the family? Because I feel like there were more, but I didn't know he was the only one.
Well, I think there were a lot more, but he had like a really big platform at the time. Do you know what I mean? Like he was getting a lot of views. So I lost where I was. I'm sorry.
I think wasn't he also the one that shared a naughty photo of Frankie and one of his girlfriends or something? Didn't he?
Did he? Yeah. Yeah, he seems like he's not super as ethical about it as he is about likes the attention and the money and the, you know what I mean? And I don't know this person. It's just like the vibe I'm getting. You know what I mean? But I definitely am not a fan, especially after the message he just released. It totally seemed like it wasn't genuine to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's take a look at his message. Okay.
He lives in Somerset, England, where he presides over a bustling and potentially lucrative cottage industry built on scrutinizing tragedy. That's how the Daily Mail put it. Even though he was kicked off YouTube in 2023, he still operates on other platforms, and his most recent focus is the death of One Direction star Liam Payne. He has also covered cases including those of estate agent Susie Lamplugh.
Okay, and by the way, isn't that a weird case to come from the Watts case, and then you go to the One Direction Liam Payne case? Like,
it's a big case.
Is it? Is that big?
Well, only because Liam was so popular. Like, let's see, like 10 years, 15 maybe years ago, he was so popular that there's like, he had a lot of little, well, not little anymore, but he had a lot of fans, and he had really good music. So I think it's easy for him to kind of pop on that, you know what I mean?
Do you think he was unalive?
I don't know anything about the case at all.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want to say anything, but
let's see what the rest of the. I'm going to mute you really quick. Catherine B says, I mean, I don't know him, but I watched him 2 or 3 times. See, I never watched him either. I met him once in a chat. I liked him. I was like, oh, he seems cool. And I went over to his channel and I saw that I didn't really dig too far into it, but I saw that he followed the Watts. So I subscribed, and then I saw one of his videos and I was like, ooh, unsubscribe.
Yeah, and he seems to draw out, or he did seem to draw out his videos so long. His voice is a little monotone, so to me, it's not my jam. You know, it's like change the channel.
Voice though.
No, not like his. Or maybe it's like his voice is so deep, and you know what I mean. Yours is.
I mean, some people like the monotone because if they're not neurodivergent, it just kind of doesn't give them any shocks or anything like that. So I've had people say like I have like a Delilah voice and they like the monotoneness of it. So some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah, it's what spectrum are you on? And
yeah. Okay. Let's keep going.
Who vanished in 1986, newsreader Jill Dando, who was murdered in 1999, Jeffrey Epstein, and Chris Watts. The armchair detective videos that brought a lawsuit. According to court documents, Allen made at least 184 videos about the Watts case since 2018, sharing them with his nearly 80,000 subscribers on his old Armchair Detective Blue YouTube channel. But in February, Frankie secured a landmark legal ruling, winning a claim for harassment against Allen.
And I have to say this, I really didn't think that Frankie was going to win. So I'm really happy that he he won, but I also am a little concerned about it because does this give precedent for them people to go after just YouTubers in general? I mean, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't think here in the US, because we have like more rights. In the UK, you're not allowed to say, like, you can get in trouble for saying disparaging things against somebody's character, unlike here. So they're even like social commentary and stuff, like you can get in trouble for saying a lot less than we can. So I think it was A, he had to go over there because he was in England, and B, I'm not as surprised because their laws are more stringent against this thing.
Isn't that interesting that it depends on the country you're in? Like what you say could get you in trouble. We could say whatever we can't say whatever we want here, but that
We have
because
so much more freedom than a lot of other countries. It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. But I still worry that our freedoms are being chipped away by the simple fact that I'm not like there are some channels that I don't agree and I don't like, but I don't agree with the fact. Let me try to adjust your mic. I don't know what's going on. Maybe if I do some like background noise or the echo cancellation. Oh wait, now I can't hear you at all.
I can't figure out how to use it. So I'm gonna like see if I can watch some videos and stuff, but I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. No, don't worry about it. I was having problems with Shannon's mic. Mercury's retrograde, so it messes with electronics. I was having problems with Shannon on Saturday. She was giving me a lot of feedback.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you anymore.
Oh, I took out your echo. Maybe that I can hear you, but hold on, let me fix it. I took out your echo, and that's probably why you can't hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
I cannot hear you. I'm so sorry.
Can you leave and come back? Leave and come back.
Mike.
Leave and come back. Okay, I'm gonna remove her.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear. All right. I'm gonna remove her and type in the chat to ask her to come back. Rose, can you leave and come back? Okay, she got it. All right. So we're going to keep going while I wait for Rose to come back. Actually, I'm going to come over into chat and talk to you guys for a little bit. Catherine B says, I'm listening. I have to step out to the store. Okay, no problems. Even you could even catch us on the replay. Oh, you know what I wanted to do anyway? I wanted to give out some Dragonfly memberships. I have 5 of them to give away. So let me tell you about our Dragonfly membership program. And then I'm going to give out 5 free memberships. So here is the Dragonfly membership program over on YouTube. And if you're not subscribed, why are you not subscribed? I would really, really, really love to have you as a power subscriber. If you really like my content, be sure to become a Dragonfly, and that's our membership, and it's $2.99 a month. I release all my videos early. We have special emojis over in the chat room. I kind of share things ahead of time with my Dragonflies, and I go live sometimes just for the Dragonflies. It's a way that I can support you guys and give you more content, and it's a way for you to support our channel. It's $2.99 a month, and I would love to have you. Okay, and so I just gave out 5 memberships for the Dragonflies. Congratulations to Kelly Hans, Angela's Aging Essentials. Oh, I didn't know you were here, honey. You snuck in. Bubbles Bubbles. Oh, yay, Bubbles Bubbles. Quick Switcheroo. Oh, what a cool name. And Ava Daniel, congratulations. You are now a Dragonfly. And let's see if it is working. Is it better? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep, I can totally hear you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize to me. It is tech issues, and I hate it. I want to throw it out the window. Okay, let's keep going. All right. We were talking about Vinicombe, and in February, Frankie Ruchek secured a landmark legal ruling, winning a claim for harassment against Allen after a deputy high court judge ruled he'd failed to provide a compliant defense, which to me, it sounds like he didn't really do any defense.
No, I don't know how it works there. It's so completely different that, like, I don't know the bureaucracy of the whole thing, but how could you say you were innocent anyway?
Yeah, I know. I don't understand. I would love to meet somebody from Europe and kind of understand their court system a little bit more, because it is quite different. And it must be interesting for them to watch our court system, because it is so circus-like.
Yeah, that's true. But I think a lot of countries envy us being able to talk about things, and like we're lucky that we can say whatever. Well, you shouldn't say whatever you want, but we're lucky we can say it.
Okay. I'm having a hard time hearing you because now it's getting really crackly. Let's go back into. Don't worry about it. Let's go back into the plunder true crime and go into Sandi and what she has to say.
Starting to heal only in the past month. Sandra says it's like I lost 30 pounds off my shoulders, and I pray to God that this doesn't stop here, as I don't want another family to go through what we have been through. A marriage turned into an American horror story. Sandra could have never predicted the events of August 13th, 2018, when Chris Watts murdered his family. Nobody saw it coming, least of all Sandra. Shanann and Chris had been married for 6 years at that point, and life in the Watts home in the middle-class suburb of Frederick seemed idyllic to those on the outside. Shanann worked for a multi-level marketing company and constantly posted photos and videos of her family on Facebook. Sandra says of her daughter's marriage, "I've been married for 44 years, and it reminded me of when Frank and I were first together. Precious, beautiful." Eventually, stuff became strained in Shanann's marriage, highlighted when she stayed with her parents for 6 weeks while her husband stayed in the family home.
I thought that was sweet that Sandi noted that she thought that the beginning of their marriage was precious, and it reminded her of her and Frank. And telling, too. Oh, no. Wait, I think you're muted. Hold on a second.
It was totally my fault. I was going to say, I think Chris was so much more liked by her family and respected and thought it was a good match versus his family. I think they really didn't like her from the start, you know?
No, I don't think they liked her at all from the start. I'm trying to find the part where she goes in and they talk about the guy coming to Sandi's house. I had it all queued up, but half the time I get it queued up, and then when I go live, it's unqueued. But so we will link this. We only have an hour, so we're going to keep going. And I want to talk about the new address for the Watts house.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Very interesting. So I don't know how many of you guys are from Roze's channel, or if you've been over to Roze's channel, but she has some new videos up. She queued me in about, I had seen the thing about NK, but she got her video up way faster than I did. And then once everyone got it up, I was like, well, I'm just going to go do a live and talk about it. But here is your video. You queued me in. Okay, not right into the mic, my friend. Yeah.
I'm binge watching my own content.
So let me click on it.
The Chris Watts murder house. It looks like the infamous home has been changed from 2825 2, now look a little bit closer. You will see right above this dot, 2586 is now the new home address. Here's 2586 with the street view of the Watts house. What do you think? Subscribe for more.
What do you guys think? I'm not surprised that it's been changed.
Yeah,
I
it makes sense.
didn't they talk about changing it before?
Yep, like before they sold it the first time, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah. Or maybe
Yep.
they changed it in the listing, but they didn't actually change it. Maybe that's what it was.
Oh,
You guys-
that makes sense. Yeah, I found this I just wanted to see the street view of the Watts house. So I Googled their street view, and then I couldn't see anything besides, you know how it's like an empty lot and it's like all fuzzy if you do the Google street view. Well, what I did was I looked up the and you can blow up the map and kind of look at the houses, and I was hoping to get street view that way. But when I zoomed in, I noticed that the address has changed. So I totally just kind of fell upon it, but I thought that was really interesting.
It is very interesting. And so here is a blow up of the house. Here it is at 2825. These are just the clips that Roze sent me. And sure enough, if you look at it close enough, it is a different address. So 3 changes in the Watts case. Can you guys believe it? What do you guys think?
I can't hear you. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. You're going to have to go out and come back in. You're going to have to go back out and come back in.
Okay.
So Roze is having a few tech issues, and I'm gonna kick her, and then that'll get her out faster and she can come back faster. She's having a few tech problems. She got a new mic, and I don't think so please be kind to her, because I would really love Roze to come back. She's like one of my favorite people to talk to, and she's just having some tech problems. No big deal. She's nervous, and I can tell. No big. Don't worry about it. We're wrapping it up anyway. We're just going to talk to the audience, and then, hopefully we can do another Weird Watts Wednesday. Hi,
And hopefully I can.
Angela says Bella and Cece would be so big. Oh my gosh, if they hadn't had their lives stolen from them. Sweetest little girls. Thank you for bringing us back to the real reason that we talk about the Watts case.
I think about that too. I'm like, they would be like, kind of like just before preteeny. You know what I mean? It's really sad. And hi, Angela. So nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing well, hon.
Angela is in school. She's becoming a nurse.
How perfect for her. She's so good with like all that like medical technical stuff.
She's really good. Or she might even have graduated. I don't know. I know she's like knee deep in it. So, yeah, I'm old and slow too. Each year it gets a little worse.
I think I'm much older and much slower, so don't you worry.
I never heard AD say anything about Frankie Jr. Yeah, I never did either, but I never watched him that much. So I don't know what he said or what he did. And I don't know why he was singled out over all the other people in the world, but I do know that it does concern me a little bit. And if you're a YouTuber, you should be a little concerned too.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with him just being in the UK. You know, like they could go after him easier.
No,
I think. Sorry, I was just gonna say, I think maybe for some reason it just irritated them more from him than someone else, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't really know.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense because it sounds like it was easier to go after them because they're not allowed to say as much as we're allowed to say, and it does seem like if if he was sharing photos and stuff like that, that is a little more in depth than other people. But I thought others were doing it too. I don't know. I was really sick during the time that he was popular. I had let's see, I'd had a brain bleed. Well, first I had pulmonary embolisms, then I went through a brain bleed, then I had then I had back surgery, then I had a brain bleed. So I was going through a lot of illness at that time, and it's really kind of how I got into the case, because I couldn't talk about it. All I could do was listen to it, and I was very picky about who I watched. So, and he just wasn't somebody. Maybe it was because it was slow, and there was a lot of pregnant pauses, and you know, you can put people on, you can speed them up, you know, but then I don't know. I never really watched.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And you have been through so much, especially at the beginning of your channel and everything.
Yeah.
And look at you now. You're kind of a badass at this thing, dude.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to. I think I've decided. Well, actually, I have decided. Well, no, I haven't decided. I think I'm going to start sharing my journey, but I'm going to do it behind my Facebook, on my Facebook membership program, instead of putting it in the Dragonfly, because you can do Facebook memberships, and my Facebook membership is going to be more about me, like who I am, my journey.
Yes.
Like, so if you want more just a Dragonfly where it's just general of like everything, but then if you want more in depth about me and the domestic I went through and my illnesses and, you know, why I'm alone in Florida. Yeah. So I think that I'm at a healing stage where I'm ready. Like, it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years.
And I'm excited for everyone to get to learn from your journey too. Just being open and honest with people it really does help other people.
Super nervous about it though. I just don't know if like I'm strong enough to handle being made fun of for being, you know, like who I am. So
ridiculed for little things, and
yeah,
don't worry about that. Just take it slow. You can let out little things at a time, and you can start with what your coffee drink is, or you know what I mean? I think people are going to love getting to know you more.
I don't know, but we'll see. So I'm doing that. And I also made my profile over on Rumble is public. I put a few videos up. So we're going to start putting some videos up over on Rumble. I've been afraid of showing myself. I've been afraid of being seen because I just have been afraid. So, but I'm trying to get stronger about that.
Well, you're doing so good. You put yourself out there so bravely. I don't do it on lives.
There's so many other people out there that are doing it so much better. And I don't do so well at letting people know who I am. I find that really hard.
Well, it's hard to open up and make yourself vulnerable, especially to other people. And anyone could say anything behind their keyboard, and no matter how mean, or I have a hard time checking comments sometimes, like if I'm in a bad place, or you know what I mean, and I'm not going to erase them or fight with people or any of that. I don't have time.
I erase now. I've decided I wasn't going to erase in the beginning, but I was like, why should I re-victimize myself every time I have to look at that comment of someone saying that about me, when, you know, like that's just somebody putting their aggression on me, and then it gets into my community. And so I'm like, now I erase things like that. People don't need to see it. There's enough negativity out in the world. They don't need to come to my channel and see it. So that's how I justify it.
Well, and I don't check my, like comments and stuff. Like, I'm not on it as like much as you
go into your comments like I do. I like to talk to people. I like to have like conversations. If somebody says something that I don't agree with, I like to have a conversation about it and try to figure out where they're coming from and why. Yeah. And I'm not here to make people believe the way I believe. I don't care. I don't want you to make me, I don't want to be talked into believing what you believe. and I'm certainly not going to do that to you. So I'm just giving you information, and if you want, you take it how you want to take it. And I'll take my information how I want to take it. I think that's like if the world could just back off on each other a little bit, we would be able to breathe again.
Yeah, and you're so professional about, going in and having that conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I get nervous, or like somebody will say something. Like one time someone's like, I just want to punch you in the face when I hear your voice. And I'm like, what do you say back to that? But I leave stuff just so that other people can see who they are. You know what I mean? Like, show people who you are. But if I was going to be as honest to you, I would probably erase that. Yeah.
Oh, well, no, see, actually, two people had a whole ass conversation about my voice in the comments the other day, and I left it because I was like, one person was saying, oh, is that really her voice? It's so annoying. And then the other person came in and it was like, I came in and yes, that's her voice. And I really wanted to know what she was talking about. And I'm like, they're having a whole ass conversation about my voice. And I came down and I'm like, you should hear my mom's voice, because my mom's voice is 10 times worse. It's like her voice will blow your eardrums out. Her voice is so high that AI can't recognize it. So
no, your voice is great. People just have to have something to pick on, or do you know what I mean? And how rude. You're like, I'm here too.
So I was like, well, have this conversation, because I know all of it. You can't say anything worse about me than I can outdo you with what I could say about me, because I'm so brutal to myself, and I'm working hard on not being that person. But you just have no idea. I can out brutalize myself any day. So, but I don't want to, but I can.
I know. I'm working on that too. I'm one of those people that, like, I'll have 1,000 negative thoughts within 1 minute. So your one thought is like, I don't have time,
Yeah.
Can't take it to heart. I can't. I don't have the energy.
I know. I've been really worried too about my teeth lately, because they're not perfect, and I've been coming on camera and it's all I could see, and I don't have the money to fix them, and I'm just waiting for the day someone's going to talk about them, because getting them, they're yellowish because I drink coffee, and they're really sensitive, and I can't whiten them, and I also have some missing in the back, and I'm just like, please don't make fun of my teeth. But I know it's coming.
Your teeth are good. I literally worry about people saying something about my teeth. And I actually have pretty bad teeth. I have a severe dentist phobia. So I'm like, I don't really want to go. But I totally get what you are saying. Any little thing that you're concerned about with yourself, that's all you see.
Yeah. And that's kind of why I like coming not on camera, because I find that the whole time I'm looking at myself, I'm trying to fix my hair. I like to come on and talk about the case. I want to talk about the case, but all I can do is look at myself. So I hate it. But I feel like I need to connect to the audience more. So I'm trying to go on camera more. I'm like so torn about everything.
You're doing so good. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're great. This is definitely your calling, dude. You're good at this.
I hope so, because it's what I enjoy doing. So I hope that this is my calling. And I hope that you'll do more with me, because I really enjoy talking to you. I love your opinion on things. You're funny. You're down to earth. You're not mean. So, yeah.
And I adore you. You're one of my closest friends. Even if we don't talk, I always think about, you and how you're doing. And we talk pretty often, through text and stuff. But I'm just really happy to get to see you, and definitely have me back. Thank you so much for having me.
Yay. Okay, Roze, I will see you maybe next Wednesday. We'll do another Weird What's Wednesday or something.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Do a little series. It's so good to see you, and thank you again.
Okay, bye, honey. I love you.
Bye, love you.
Okay, guys, we're going to wrap things up. I will be coming on and talking about the case more. We're going to have some more videos coming out. I feel like my videoing, like, editing, just something just clicked, and now I get it, and I can do it much quicker. So I have been trying to get more videos out for you, and I've been enjoying doing the videos. Actually, I've been liking the videos more than the lives lately, so that's weird. Generally, I love my lives, but I don't know. I haven't been getting the views lately. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. What do you think about the Watts case? It's heating up. Do you think that people should be trying to figure out where Nichol Kessinger is? Are you against it? Should we leave the woman alone? I mean, because she wasn't found guilty of anything. What do you guys think? And do you think that was Nichol Kessinger? I'm throwing a lot of questions out at you. What do you think about the new house address, and how terrifying that the rechecks have people from other countries, like just people period, coming to their house? That must be terrifying and horrific for them. So I'm really sorry that's happening. We never want to see anybody be hurt in real life. This is a case that is near and dear to my heart. I am somebody who loves Shanann and the girls, and because of that, I have a lot of respect for her family. And I have grown to where in the beginning I really didn't like the Watts, but I kind of, who am I? They are grandparents that are suffering too. They might not have handled things the best in the beginning, but there's been times in my life where I haven't handled things the best. So, and nobody was unalived in my family in a brutal way. So, grace is definitely given to everybody in this case, except one person, and that would be Chrissy Poo Watts, who deserves to be where he is, probably deserves to be on death row. But that's another day. That's another topic for another day. And the true victims in this case are the people that were unalive: Shanann, Nico, Bella, and Cece, and including their families, the Watts and the Rechecks. So our love goes out to the survivors. If nobody's told you this today, and even if they have, I'm still going to tell you guys this. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Carefully strumming this old guitar, words rolling out into the fire. Never ask why my heart burned blue.
Be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps me go out into the algorithm party out there. Bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help me.
Here in the darkness, I hear my cue. Time to find some solitude. Here where my soul bleeds openly, deep in the heart